com and the director of the Austin Microfilm Festival. And we just had our event last week. The Austin Microfilm Festival Fall 2022 was an outstanding event with lots of fun smiles and great films to screen. And we are joined today by director Jane Foster from the UK, who had a film called Trilogy, which is, we'll talk about that. It was a micro among micros. We'll get into that. A nomination for the Best Relationship Drama Award, joining us today. Hello, Jane. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me and inviting me.
Yeah, no
Thank you.
problem. Well, I wish you were there in spirit, let's just say, and I wish you did have the opportunity to join us. But the audience really loved your film, so thank you for allowing us to screen it.
Thank you so much. I mean, it's lovely, lovely that it's supported, and as I say, it's a shame I couldn't be there, but alas, much as I'd rather be in the States right now because it's cold in the UK,
Sure.
work, various things mean obviously not, but I'm really, really happy it went well. So yeah.
It did. It was fun times. And for those of you, for those of the people that are watching that did not get a chance to attend the event, can you tell us what the film is about?
Basically, the film is three little short stories. I mean, it's the probably the miniest trilogy you'll ever see. It's not quite the good, the bad, and the ugly, and the Godfather trilogy, but it's three little tiny stories about fear and what that does to people, and how in various situations in life, love of some sort will find a way to overcome it. So that's it in brief, and it's three little stories exploring that motif. Yeah.
Strong acting in this very, very short film. How did you get the casting done for this one?
Basically, the casting was all new actors. None of them got paid. And what I realized, and if you listen to it, a lot of the actors that are acting in this, they're European actors. And I was really lucky because I say it was a very off the cuff thing. I pulled it together very quickly. And I when I put the net out, people were interested because they were curious about the fact that it was three little stories called as a trilogy, and it was that tiny. They were curious about that, actors, and also I found that a lot of actors who'd come over from the EU after Brexit, and they got stuck by the pandemic, so they were just desperate to work. Bless them, really good actors. So I was actually very lucky, and I was also, to find that there were some actors out there, and some of them are new, the ones that have done on it, worked on this, but also some people whose careers have been interrupted because of the pandemic. And although people say you can do this, you can do that, and what have you, at the end of the day, this is a people industry, and I know a lot of actors. A couple of the actors said to me, we've got show reels in Greek or Romanian or from wherever they're from, but we've got nothing in the English language, and so we're stymied. We're blocked, and so this is ideal for us. And I said, well, if you can spare half a day of your time. I mean, the whole film was shot in a day and a half. It was just shot at the gallop, and very off the cuff in that way. So yeah, I mean, I was incredibly lucky and very pleased with all of the actors that I worked with. They were great people. Yeah.
What motivated you to create this concept and this story?
Ah, several levels to that to answer that question. On again a post-pandemic level, I am working in the UK where we have a somewhat different approach. Sadly, we do not have a sort of a Hollywood approach, in that you can make a feature film, but you can still find it really, really hard to work as a director. It's still really, really hard to make a living at it because people say, "Oh, well, you can make a feature film. Oh, that means you're not. We're not going to use you for short things." And so what I wanted to do, I got frustrated, and I thought, well, what I need to do is start creating little tests. And I didn't want to do short films because I've already done a feature. That wasn't the point for me. The point was for me to do something useful. And I thought I would love to do more work for charities. So I thought if I start with things that, as I say, a lot of people, who have post-traumatic stress or who are have dementia or abuse in society. I thought if I pin it around these three strong areas, I can then pitch it to charity organisations, which, funnily enough, has actually happened. It has actually been pitched to a couple of charities. So with a bit of luck, so it was always meant as a way of doing something good, me getting some work, and also as a little showcase of something hopefully powerful that says something, you know.
All right. So what do you have planned for the future? What's next for you?
What's next for me? Well, to take it further, I want to do more of these little tiny charity baby films because I enjoy doing them and they're fun. I have also a zero budget web series that myself and a couple of actresses are trying to get off the ground. That's a comedy thing that they're writing. The other end of the spectrum is I'm working as a writer. With Invictus Films and also as a director for Sea Queen, which is a 16th century thing. And that's one of those massive projects that will, you know, it will happen, but it's a juggernaut. And then sort of for me personally, my biggest project is a project called Day 6, which is a sci-fi fantasy, which is actually quite far advanced. The script is in a very, very strong place. And we're looking at finance and packaging and distribution at the moment. So, but I have a fairly strongly structured approach, and I have quite an original twist on genre. So yeah, hopefully that's going to get some money together to actually make it. That would be nice. So yeah,
Yes.
that's where I'm at. Lots of things. Yeah. Hmm.
All right, good stuff. Well, it's good to get to know you and your project and how it all came about. It was pretty awesome. I don't know if your sets were perfect, but were there any learning experiences during production?
Oh, just that. Why the hell did I choose to do something zero budget again? I mean, you know, it really was me and my mates and a camera. And you know, the problem is, of course, is people have to put work first. So once you get into post production, it's not as quick as you'd like it to be, and it made me aware of just how hard that is for a lot of people. But as far as sets, we were very, very lucky. It's all shot in West London, in Ealing, where you can just go with a small crew, and if you're below a certain amount of people and you're not getting in anybody's way, it's fine, you can shoot. So really, no, there weren't any problems at all, apart from the usual where to park the car, you know, which I think everybody has. I think that's a world problem. But yeah, there wasn't any problems at all. We had a really good time doing it. So yeah.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. Is there anything you want to add before we go?
Just to say, I think it's a really brilliant festival, this one, because you know, when you make really short films, I think it's fair and it's proper to showcase them in a really different way, which this film festival does. And I really thank all of the people who A, voted for my film, but B, attended, who judged it and who put all the hard work in, and yourself included, Michael. You know, it's a wonderful way to showcase new talent and people like me who are just experimenting, who don't want to go through the whole great big rigmarole of, oh, here's my short film, it's 25 minutes long and it's an opus and it's this and it's that. And great, that's what you want to do. That wasn't what I wanted. And I think that's the case for a lot of people. A lot of people like shooting these little tiny little bits and pieces, and it's great that a festival like yours recognizes that. So wonderful. Yeah. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much for the kind words. We appreciate it.
It's a
And
pleasure.
we are looking forward to the next microfilm
Yay.
festival. So we'll let you know, and hopefully we'll
All
see
right.
some more of your work.
All right. Then. Thanks, Michael.
You're very welcome. Have a good one.
You too. Bye bye now. Take care. Bye.